Ciaran, thanks for joining me. Just going to talk a bit about the last season, lockdown obviously, just touch about where you started, your academy, your new role, coaching, basically just about everything. So first of all, in this reality, how are you? How's lockdown?
Yes, it's fine. I think I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm still working full time, so I work within the frozen foods. So as I'm still working in as normal, my routine hasn't really changed much over the last couple of weeks. But no, it's in the evening times I'm getting plenty of work done around the house and stuff, plenty of jobs left to do. So
yeah,
Gemma, but no, it's straight.
Gemma working as well?
Yeah, she works at the bank in the area, so we're both still normal kind of routines. So we're all one of the lucky ones, like turns out we still got our job. I know there's a lot of people out there that probably in the same scenario, less fortunate, so thankful.
You still trying to keep fit through the lockdown runs and home gym or whatever?
Yeah, actually, probably since the start of the lockdown, it's only really when I got back into probably to stay fit. Whenever I got the second injury last year, towards the end of the season, I kind of took a wee break from. Well, first of all, to let the knee heal. Second of all, kind of lost that wee bit of drive for the wee while over Christmas. I kind of didn't do a lot. But now over the last couple of weeks, probably since the start of lockdown, really got back out running. Started to do bits and stuff around the garden, bits of goalkeeping training. It's been enjoyable to get back into it.
It is hard to do your own work as a goalkeeper on your own. You kind of need someone to shoot stuff at you.
Yeah, it's tough. It can be tough, but at the same time, I kind of try to telling that to my own keepers is that you can the fundamentals of just footwork, different power, biometric stuff. You can get that done now.
You've also celebrated your birthday under quarantine last month.
Yeah, it was quiet enough, but when you get on, you don't really celebrate them too much either.
Did you get a cake at least?
Of course.
At least that.
Yeah.
So we're talking about lockdown, and you're keeping fit, as you said, more than before. Even is that making you miss football?
Yeah. Probably over the last couple of weeks, I've really got that kind of that drive back for probably playing football. Yeah, I'd say definitely after the next couple of weeks and months that I will get back into playing some sort. Like last year as well, after it happened, it gave me a chance to kind of push my own academy a bit. That's what I really wanted to concentrate on. I took a few months out, even for this year. Unfortunate enough that the circumstances the last couple of weeks. But at the same time, it's given me the drive now that, I want to get back into playing football, combining that with coaching, and we'll see what happens over the next couple of months.
Okay, very good. A lot of plans to get football back for League of Ireland. Some of them looking to kind of completely cancel it. Some looking for behind closed doors. What do you think? What do you think of the ideas of football behind closed doors, or would you be up for that if you were a player again?
Personally, I wouldn't. It's a bit cliche, but football without fans isn't really football. I can't imagine how a lot of teams in Ireland, I don't know the ins and outs, but I can't imagine how a lot of teams in Ireland will be able to survive behind closed doors. A lot of teams, I imagine, depend on their receipts to get week by week. But if I was playing, I would want the fans, or you want that atmosphere. It would be strange enough to be playing week in, week out behind closed doors. But again, I don't know the whole ins and outs of how it's going to work. The only thing with the League of Ireland is that the season wasn't many weeks through when it's all kicked in. No, I don't think there's need to be a rush to rush everybody back in now. Whenever try and rush the season through. It's different, the other leagues over across Europe where hope they Liverpool get their title number 19. That's the main. But teams like leagues that were towards the end of the season, and it's a bit different in Ireland. So
yeah, definitely. Hopefully we'll see some kind of advancement on that on either way. So let's start from you on the beginning. Basically, how did you get into goalkeeping? Are you one of those that always was a goalkeeper from under 8s to seniors, or are you like Chesney, played striker, and all of a sudden he found himself in goal?
No, my father was a goalkeeper. So I started off when I was probably about 8 or 9 to 11, 12. I actually played centre half. Played centre half in a couple of World Cups. I don't think it was too much to do with my ball playing skills.
Right.
It's more to do with probably better than a lot of the other players. But no, then I got back in as goalkeeper from there on.
You played for Rufo Town?
Played for Junkie United, started off with, moved to full time, and then I played most of my underage with Castlefin Celtic up until under 16.
Right.
And then joined Harps at 15. So.
How'd you get to Harps? What, from Castlefin? Someone watched you and just took you in, or?
Wasn't a going, took me up to the under 20s at the time, and just I kind of asked as well, could I come up and maybe join in with watch the first team or join in with them. That was probably a baptism of fire,
How old were you at that point?
15.
So 15, you're checking a 15-year-old into under 20s.
Yeah, I played. More or less. 15, 16, 15. Made like 16, and then I made a debut at 17. So yeah, that was but it was tough. Like, don't get me wrong, it was tough. I had plenty of bad days too. As a keeper, you normally do, but there are plenty of bad days. But at the end of the day, they kind of make you too. Like,
I was gonna say under 15s for under 20s, I'll be a bit. You'd have some bad days, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, at the time, physically, it probably wasn't up to it at the time, But then, at the same time, I was kind of saying this to my own keeper's mouth that when I was that age, it's all about, I've got to bulk up, got to get. But I think that's kind of changed for goalkeepers now too, that the days are gone of, a goalkeeper is a big massive unit, and it's more about being agile and, trying to cover the ground quicker,
Definitely a lot more footwork in goalkeeping now, a lot more communication, I'd say as well.
Yeah, that's it. Like, so much. Like, it's even from playing out, you need to have so much more to your game now than what you needed to 10, 15, 20 years ago,
So during your career, you had a trial with Ipswich Town during Roy Keane's tenure there. What happened basically? I mean,
we played them. I think it was on a Saturday evening. We played them. Would have been summertime soon in their pre-season. So we played them on the Friday night or Saturday, saying it done okay. It had a good enough game, and I actually asked. I got someone in the club to ask him, could I come in again, being probably a bit eager, could I come in and join in training with them on the recovery session the next morning. So it was Richard Wright at the time and Shane Supple. So I came in anyway and trained with them, and off the back that they asked me to come over on trial. So I went over. I enjoyed it. Like, it's kind of thin lines in football, the game I went over that was arranged that I would play in over there got pulled. Not saying that I got signed off the back, it was just, it didn't help. So I came back home after a couple of days training and stuff. They said to keep an eye out, keep watching games and stuff. But circumstances changed within the club itself. Like Roy Keane got sacked after a couple of months after it and stuff, and yourself, changes throughout the academy then.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was definitely a great experience at the time. Yeah.
That was the experience of just training with a championship club at the time.
Yeah,
different level.
Oh, it was crazy. Like Shane was, at the time when it was absolutely fantastic. And you had Richard Wright, who's a seasoned pro, who's gave me loads of tips and advice. Involved with Man City, it's just people with loads of knowledge. The goalkeeping coach is actually was named. He's been a lot of stuff, a lot of conferences and stuff, and he's very knowledgeable. But no, it was great experience. Yeah.
Other than Ipswich, did you have any trials before that? Any?
Yeah, we did Ipswich. I think it was around 15 at the time. It didn't have a great trial. Like I said, I bought a new pair of gloves a couple of days just before it. To try and rushing through to get a pair before I went over, And when they landed, when I ordered it, I didn't realise they were finger safe. So when they landed, the first time I've wore a pair of finger safes, and it's like I put them on and I just don't like them at all. And it's just in my head. So I've gone over anyway, wore these gloves and just absolutely worst, terrible. So I remember thinking, like, they're probably thinking, where's this boy come out of? Like,
yeah.
So safe to say I didn't get called back for a second. So I could try that.
That's risky of you to use new gloves right before a trial. Very risky. That.
Yeah. I think I got at the time. I think I got late notice. A late shout about it. It's like the weekend before I went, and like, you're invited over next weekend. You come over, and then when you're over here playing just schoolboy football, you might go a couple of weeks just out of the game. If I just had a pair of gloves, maybe they're near the end, that kind of thing. So, but I probably should have just stuck with the ones I had.
So you haven't worn any finger safe since? That's it.
Never. No, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. You had quite a few injuries during your long career, but I think that the two biggest ones were probably last year or the last couple of seasons.
I done my shoulder last April.
Yeah.
Down Dundalk. So I came back from that and got myself fit. And then towards the end of last year, I actually tore one of the ligaments in my knee. So it wasn't one of the major ones, but when it's in your knee, it's still pretty bad enough. Like, so took a few weeks off after that, seeing specialists, and I've just kind of stepped up my rehab after Christmas, and over the last couple of weeks just stepped up my fitness and try and get fit again, get sharp. So
how do you do the shoulder?
Come out for a punch, well up, and pat open. I don't think there's any malice in it. Just kind of. He's still on the ground. It would be better if he had went up and challenged, but he's on the ground. Just took me from the legs from there to over, and just ended up just all the force in the shoulder. The shoulder took all the force,
Yeah.
So I was kind of strange when it popped out and it popped back in at the time. So it wasn't physically out then whenever the physio came on, but the pain, I had no power in my arm.
Yeah.
So then, that was the first.
So you went off for how long was that injury for?
3 months, I'd say. Towards the middle of August, I think I started back contact training again, and then it was towards the end of September, start of October. I think I picked up my next injury. So like it was tough enough, because from the end of the 2018 season, I picked up an injury on the other knee, so got myself back to that ready. Picked up the shoulder injury, and then really just right, let's get back again. So the time came the third injury in the space of a year. I just really lost a lot of drive. Dead break,
Yeah, I was talking to Keith Cohen quite a while ago, doing an interview with him, and when he had his big major injury, we talked about it. How basically you're trying to get better, you're trying to get fit. You train with the other players, but you don't really train with them. You do the core and you do the fitness stuff, but you don't really. You're not on the pitch. When they're going off the pitch, you're on a bike. You're push-ups, whatever the case may be. And he said it got to him at some point. At some point he did feel bad about it. It did bring him down a bit.
I was going to games and on Friday evenings, and thankfully, touch wood, for a long period before it, I didn't get many injuries. And you're used to playing most weeks, and I was going to games on Friday night, and just that it was tough. It was really tough. In the space of a year, I barely played any football. But thankfully now, over the last couple of weeks, maybe because it is, I have more time in the evenings. To get back fit, and at the moment, I really enjoy running.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out, getting the miles up, getting fit, getting the weight off, obviously. And I'm looking forward to getting back into football.
You're a rare keeper that likes running. Any keeper I train just goes, no, I'm not doing that. That's pointless. No.
No, it's probably over the years. I always came back in the pre-season in good enough shape, in terms of running and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind it. It's enjoyable enough when you start to see the time coming down. But I know it'd be nice to get back into goalkeeping sessions too. To be fair,
mm-hmm. Definitely. So in November 28th, okay, I'll throw you back to this. This is what you put, okay? After a frustrating and tough year with injuries, it's time for a break. A big thanks to Finn Harps for the 10 seasons I've spent with him. It was a pleasure to play for a club I supported as a boy. Special thanks to Ollie. The club is very lucky to have him at the club. So obviously this is not on a whim twit. This is something you've thought about a long time ago, or a long time before you did that. So what did you feel when you wrote that? What did you feel when you click, tweet, post?
Well, Ollie kind of knew how I was feeling. I'd done the knee in the promotion playoffs, and then I came back and got myself fit, and then done the shoulder, and
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was struggling with him. I had a few conversations with him, and then when the third one happened, I don't think it took a scientist to figure out that I was really struggling with it. Man, just the drive, it's a lot of tough work, to get yourself back fit and ready for action again. So. We had a couple of conversations after the season, and just told him I just needed a break from. At the time, to be fair, Kevin asked me to join the academy. My own academy is really going strong, and I really enjoy coaching. So it was something I wanted to push and pursue for the next couple of months, which I did, and I've put a lot of time and effort to my own learning as a coach. Courses, different things, learning online, different methods, different techniques that I want to use. So I've enjoyed that the last couple of months, and I don't regret it. I don't regret anything that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, things have really grown over the last 6-8 months, and hopefully continue to do so.
Did you talk to other players or even the missus, about retiring, not retiring? What should I do? All that.
Yeah, spoke with a few players, and I knew how I was feeling. Mostly with my family, Gemma, and my closer family, and just told them, that I just needed a break. Because it's not just that; it's a big commitment playing League of Ireland. You still have to work full time. There's a lot of traveling, training, and everything thrown into the mix. And then trying to combine that with doing coaching, it was a big commitment. But when you're out of it, you miss it. You definitely miss it,
That's exactly my next question. What did you miss most about playing? Now, when you're thinking, "Oh, I miss it," what do you miss? What do you miss the most?
You miss that, in the change room, dressing room, group of fellas in the banter, but there's no other feeling like picking up 3 points, after a win, over the last few years, there were maybe few and far between as rivals maybe you'd like them to be, but whenever you get the 3 points, it's just that feeling, after just makes your weekend. We picked up 3 wins on a Friday night, and the result on Friday night determines how my weekend would be. Maybe Gemma's too, how that would be for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
But I miss that. That's the part you miss,
she's keeping an eye on the scores as well. Oh, he's gonna lose. Oh, just
yeah. She knew it was off.
get away from him.
Yeah, she used to be go to work whatever on Saturday. Just
Okay. So you're you just mentioned, you're now the Finn Harps Academy head of goalkeeping. So what does that actually means? What do you do for the academy?
so I'm just keeping an eye on all the goalkeepers within both the academy and national league teams. As you know yourself, there's other goalkeeping coaches within the academy. We're very fortunate to have not just goalkeeping coaches, but so many great coaches across the academy. Like as you spoke there about my underage career in schoolboys and all, like I would actually be very jealous of our own boys now who are in the academy. That they have this opportunity. You know, I didn't have this at under 13s, under 14s, 15s, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have that chance. I think it only benefits them to be in that professional environment on a weekly basis to prepare them for that step up into 17, 19s to senior football. You know, because the jump from schoolboys football to the next step is huge. So I think the boys are very, very lucky. So for me, I'm just looking out for all the keepers, making sure they're getting what they need. You know yourself, Ben, that over the years, goalkeepers can be overlooked, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kudos to Kevin for recognising that the goalkeepers need as much as the outfielders, and they're definitely getting all they need. So I've been kind of touching. I don't go there every week in the sessions. Obviously, there's commitments with my own academy and stuff, but I try and drop in as much as I can. See how they're getting on, touch base on a regular basis with them, see how everyone's getting on, and so that's my kind of role.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, when you were growing up, there was probably very little for goalkeeping in general. You know, no goalkeeper coach, nobody to warm you up. Go kick a ball at Ciaran, be grand.
Yeah, well, I was lucky. I was probably lucky enough that my father was doing a bit of goalkeeping coaching, especially with myself. But then towards when I was getting 15, 16, he started setting up the bits of coaching for goalkeepers in Donegal. So that was probably one of the fortunate ones. But like he says, there was nothing here for goalkeepers. That's basically why we started setting up the academy back in 2008. I think it was. We started doing our first sessions. So.
And looking at the young goalkeepers coming up for National League, as well as the development squads, what's the future for Finn Harps seniors? Can you see any of our young players going into it, or even 19, 17, so on?
Definitely, the talent right through from the youngest to our 19s is really high. I go there on a Sunday to the academy. Say, girls, the standard is really high, and then our National League goalkeepers who are all really at a high standard. And you need to be to play National League, in fairness. So, but definitely, I think there'll be someone currently in the academy will want to play at senior level for Finn Harps, all going well. It'll be great to see. It'll be great for the academy too, I think. To show that the hard work that's not being done by everyone, that it's rewarded.
Definitely. So you were just mentioned as well. You run your own academy, the Gallagher's Elite Goalkeeping Academy. How did that all start from your dad, obviously? But what's the background on it? Did he just wake up one day and just went, you know what, need to do more for them?
Yeah, we always discussed it and kind of done, within as a Castleford himself, we've done a couple of sessions for goalkeepers local, but nothing really, And then I done a wee bit through Finn Harps. John Campbell mentioned that there's parents kind of asked about it, and we kind of done it through Finn Harps. And again, that kind of, yourself, the early stages that you push it so far and you don't really. So after a couple of years kind of doing that, we decided, look, you know what, let's kind of put more time to this around your full-time job can we give more time to us, really push it, really go to the next level. And over the last couple of years, we've done that. We've tried to really upscale, do more areas, more sessions, more things, not just goalkeeping training itself, but then the before and the after session plan, and the touching keepers when they're at home, giving them programs and stuff. So yeah, it started from that. Just from that, there was nothing in Donegal for goalkeepers. We just thought it was really, really unfair. Growing up, I would have loved to go into a session on a Saturday morning with 10 other goalkeepers and diving the ladder in the place. I would have loved it. So hopefully that's what we try and give for the goalkeepers, since the main thing is to enjoy it, to come. That's number one, because I don't think as a youngster you're not going to learn if you come and you don't enjoy it. So number one, try and enjoy it, and then second, well, can we teach them the techniques that you need to be a goalkeeper? And I always tell them, Monkey, just do as I say, not what I do.
So I do exactly the same thing. I can tell you how to do it. I can't do it myself, but yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So is coaching the way to go for you now? After playing, are you gonna concentrate on that?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't have put in all the hard work the last couple of months, to not continue to push it. So yeah, for the foreseeable, something definitely, going to keep doing. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind getting back into playing some football. I've had some contact from some different clubs, so I'm going to sit down and have a think about those. And I look forward to getting back to coaching on a hands-on basis, because at the moment I'm doing sessions through Zoom. Yourself, I'm not going to be able to coach many new things to goalkeepers. So at the moment it's just about keeping the fundamentals of goalkeeping ticking over, and keeping them enjoying, keeping motivation up.
Okay. Is there any situation where you're gonna coach maybe the seniors for Harps one day? Is that something you're looking at or maybe considering in the future?
You have to be open to everything. It would definitely just be the commitment-based side of it again, with work and stuff. But look, I wouldn't say no. Probably if I sit here and say what's my aims as a coach, is probably eventually I'd love to get in within the Ireland setup, underage, one of the underage teams get involved and take it on from there. So yeah, probably long term that would be a goal. Yeah.
Okay. And finally, for any young goalkeeper or even player watching this now, what can they do on their own until the lockdown kind of lifts? What can they do for themselves to help themselves improve themselves?
Yeah, well, look, we myself included, we can all use this as a time, use excuses that you can't do this, you can't do that, but there's so much that you can do at home. You can improvise. You don't need cones. You don't need hurdles. You can use different types of objects around the house. So just encourage you to get out. If it's goalkeepers, talk from a goalkeeper's point of view, get out, get your footwork. Can you do it faster? Can you do it neater? Can you jump higher? Can you you can kick a ball off the wall. I know it's not ideal, but I've been doing it myself, kicking the ball off the wall, catching it. Can you do that 100 times without dropping the ball? There's so many things you can do. It'll be very easy for us all just to use this time now as an excuse. I can't do this, I can't do that. But I think when it comes back to we all getting back together, we'll be able to see who was doing their bits and pieces back at home. Keep themselves taking over.
Yeah, definitely. Ciaran, thanks for your time. Thanks for sitting down with me here.
No, thanks, Ben. I appreciate it, and that was great. Yeah, thanks very much.
Right. Hopefully we'll see you soon at the academy as well as on the pitch for some kind of unnamed club at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Roy Rovers.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Good man, Ciaran.
Cheers, Ben. Thanks, man.